In this incredible 17-part series, we take you down a Blender workflow deep dive by using mostly free open source software like Blender, Google Maps, and Panui. You'll learn how to create a stunning 360-degree virtual tour just like this. So, grab yourself a cuppa and let's get stuck in. This is Lesson 6, Blender, Modeling Part 1. Do the last one. So let's Shift A. Let's bring in the image, the mesh plane. And number 3, boink, there we go, done. So that one's going to come right in right where I want it. That's absolutely, it should be right on there. So on that edge is right this one. So that edge and this edge, again, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to do them straight up. And then I'm going to just lift this up a little and get out of lock on. I think it makes a big difference, but still. There we go. So I want to get that. This one is the one I really want. It's this corner. And actually, but see, it's a little bit low. That's why I built. Let's move that up a little bit so you can see right where that corner of that is right on there as best as possible. There we go. And now I just go scale that up. Scale. Oh, shit, I did it. Get out of this. Get ahead of myself. Oh yeah, and by the way, it's, always save. It's just, this isn't too bad. This isn't too heavy. It shouldn't crash, but just be careful. You want to do all this work, and there we go. So I just come up like this, and let's see if I can get as close as I can to that from now. Slide it over, and I can match that with that, so you can see how close I can come to it. There we go. That looks like it's a bit. So what's great about Photoshop is you can get a guide, drop it in, but you can use these. I guess that's the best I can do. Let me see, that's coming in. That's close. I think it's come down a little bit, and just a little bit. I just want to make sure these hit to the same. G, X. Try to match that. Just press. It's not too bad. It's looking like it's matching up enough. And once it's up, doesn't, there you go, see that tip and that tip, it looking fairly good. I'm just go up to make sure the top of the roof's there. No, it's not too bad, look at that, not too bad. I might scale it down just a little bit. When you start scaling, you can use your shift to kind of give it fine tune it a little bit right there. So you don't have to go too crazy because I'm just using these as guides, and then I'll do this later. All right, good, so what I'll do is now I'll put that corner onto that corner. Just want to see how everything works, and then I'll work on these one by one, and then drop the thing in that way. See, so I got let's see, let me drop this in here. There we go, something like that. Double check this. And now you can see what I'm doing is just kind of building this so that, there you go, something like that. So I give an idea that that's what the building's going to look like. And like I said, I'm going to take these out. So the next step is that looks like they're pretty much on top of each other. She just needed something really quick. That couldn't be it. Again, I'm gonna build this all out. When I build this whole thing, it'll all come together. So then you plan it. This is all fairly straight up, easy stuff. You're just going straight. You build one window, drop them all in, and then go to a wall. Then you kind of do this kind of work, very easy, straight up. I think there's a lot of that here. It's going to do one. You take it, flip it over, and just plan what you're going to do. This and you kind of your ornamental entrance, this type of thing. I build that separately and drop it on. There's a little door between. I think this was someone gave me what this was back 100 years ago. This was like basically a barracks for police barracks. And then there's a pub. We'll come down, and then there's some sort of a and then I'll see how close I am to the actual what's going on in the eat. So it looks like it's, she's a little bit long. Yeah, it looks a bit long. because this building should end. I'm looking right at it. You can see it. There's that alleyway. So the alleyway's right there, and that is over here. So it's too big. That's fine. That's good. I want to make sure everything's to scale. That's good, but everything's together, so I can scale everything. So I'll go like this, this, and this, and I'll scale the whole thing down, and I'll try to match this. At least these three together look like they belong, and then I can scale this so that this alleyway matches to that, and that building wing should pretty much hit this. And then I'm not worried about this because that's gone on beyond. And I got the rest of the map on another folder. So I'm just kind of doing these buildings. It's just to kind of I just took a chunk of it just to kind of build this. And I can see that that house is this little bit of a chunk of a house is right there. So I know this is too big. So I'll just scale the whole thing down and slowly bring it down so that looks like it's close to it right there. So you can kind of see that house is maximum with that. Just take a seat, wear that on. This is what you're doing. You just cannot get anything to scale. That's looking fairly close now. We said, there we go. So just move this whole thing this way and over. So it looks like it's lining up as best as you can. Just trying to get it as close as you can. See, it's almost there. There's my alley. There's that little house. This is the top of it here. So I'll scale it down a little bit more. Scale it over on. Slide it over. Move out of the way. Check it. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. It's almost dead on. Almost dead on. There's the edge of the building. Time to see, because you're going down, and what you're doing is it's not straight down the satellite photo. You can see there's an edge of the buildings. Which side? You can see kind of this way. This doesn't edge the building, so you're not straight down. So you kind of have to pick a line on this, and this is the same way. It's I'm seeing the edge, so I'm just going to I'm pretty much using the edge of this and these lines to line everything up, and then the edge of the roof. Kind of difficult to do it, but it's close. And the way I built these in Photoshop might not be dead on accurate, so that's another thing. Just a little bit more, I think. Scale it down. There it is. I think that's it. That's close. I'll just move this all up and just see where we are. So that edge and this edge should come together. I think that's it. That's this one and this one. Yeah, that's close. That is it. Actually, I might go a bit bigger. Scale up. Scale up a little bit. What out there? This and this would be the same. There we go. Yep, that's good. It's good. Spot it back in. So I'm just trying to line this up with this here. I'm lining that up. This is just eyeballing stuff. I'm not doing the things I'm not doing. This isn't for dead accuracy. There we go. So that looks good. Let's take my guy and see if he looks like here's that person over here. So I'll take him. So I'll just double check real quick. Our naked mannequin. I'll just slide him over. I just want to see so I'll do a 3. Something like this. Yeez, that's pretty good. Look at that. This person might be a bit tall, but that's good. That's I think that's a 2-meter person, so that looks pretty good. Here, there. Yeah, because he's just a bit high. There's my ground plane. He's a bit high on it. Like I said, he was on something else. So if I didn't just kind of get this down, so he's where he should be. Yeah, that's pretty good. And you see, if you look like you walk into the store, and you're right in there. So he belongs this, and that's why we use this, just to get an idea. Yeah, that's about where door handles, and like I said, again, you're not going straight in. This should actually be down here. We'll cut these in. It's a bit of an optical illusion. You get kind of seeing a bit of it. Nothing straight on. This isn't an architectural plan. But it looks good. It all looks good. So now I know things are scaled. Now get ready to start building, and that's the next part of this. I'll start showing you how to build these things out. And yep, there we go. Take a look. It's not too bad. Kind of cool. If you got something out of the tutorial, please hit like, and even better, subscribe so you're notified as more are uploaded. And if you'd like to explore the finished project, Click on the link in the description below.